Welcome to Whiskey Vault.
I'm Daniel. Rex. Got to bring the whiskey up. We are doing a gift by magnificent bastard Dan Izumikawa. Izumikawa? What do you think?
Dan Izumikawa, thank you, man.
Sorry. I feel like you added some syllables in there.
Just not it at all.
Izumakama? Izumakama.
Even though it's a W. Izumikawa.
Kawa.
Dan Izumikawa, you magnificent bastard.
Okay, sorry, Dan.
This is Hibiki, man. What do we do?
Yeah. But we've done it in reference to things. We've done it in comparison to things. We did the Master Select version.
We never did the straight up
The last
Hibiki?
time we did the straight up Hibiki was when we were starting the channel, and we were like, we should do Japanese whiskey.
Yeah.
In 2017.
Different bottle, or was that bottle?
Is this one? I mean, no, not this bottle.
Okay.
That's gone.
Okay.
This is a recent purchase.
Because we haven't been doing our job if that bottle is still around.
Yeah. No, we used it in Psalm School, and this is probably the 30th.
Now, if I remember correctly, Hibiki back in the day was one of these brands that opened up the eyes of the world to how amazing Japanese whiskey is.
Yeah, well, what's his name? The guy from For a Good Time.
Oh.
Bill Murray.
Yeah, from
Most people don't know this.
Lost in Translation.
Bill Murray is the master distiller at Hibiki.
Yep. Checked it, verified, done.
He personally samples every bottle before the seal is put on.
Yeah.
That's why he seems so happy all the time. I saw something recently where there's it was a movie about nanny diaries or something.
That is, what's it called? When the honeysuckle.
Yeah.
Honeysuckle.
Honeysuckle, a little bit of not green, but grain. A little bit of grain. And then a little brittle, it's a little shiny.
Yeah, it's the pear though. Mm-hmm. Honeysuckle, pear, it's nice.
You know what it could be? Have you ever had iced fruit? If you ever had fruit slices and you put them in your fridge to keep them cold and they get too far back in the fridge and then they freeze.
Oh, they get freezer burn?
Yeah, but so they get this sort of gritty, grainy, icy cold, shiny sweetness. That's what it's reminding me of.
Okay.
They're not frozen like a piece of ice. Mm-hmm. They just get a little bit crunchy.
Yeah, it's definitely a malty pear for me. A little bit of honeysuckle.
So this is from...
Is there a vanilla? I'm looking for a vanilla. I feel like there should be a vanilla.
Yeah, but it's in the direction of vanilla citrus.
Ah, yeah. There you go.
Which, I mean, is that a thing? That citrus
Yeah,
vanilla? Sure.
it's lemon mixed in with the vanilla cream.
That's common because the lemon icing on pound cake.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, in theory, 10 different malts from 2 different distilleries, which is Yamazaki and Hakushu.
Yeah.
And then Cheetah, which we have up there somewhere, is their single grain. And so they take this is their version of a blended scotch.
Yeah.
A grain base, malt rounders. And the grain's coming from Cheetah, the malt's coming from Yamazaki and Hakushu.
Yeah. I know we've said it before, but if you're looking for a bottle that makes a really cool infinity bottle,
Yeah, decanter.
a decanter type situation.
These stickers come off real easy.
Yeah, they do. And then, I mean, it's got Japanese writing up here, but you can put whatever you want in this insert. That's kind of cool.
Now, some of the whiskey in this came from Mizunara cask.
You know what else
Which
you could
is no
do?
joke.
Because it has these flat ridges, you could figure out what are the ounce marks. So you could just write on one of these ridges. So as you're filling it up.
Oh yeah, you know what I was gonna think? Well, what I was thinking, if you used it for an infinity bottle, you could choose an entry, because there's 24 facets on this, because it represents the seasons in Japan, something like that. If you did less than 24, you could color each facet with how much you put of that one whiskey in there.
Oh.
Right? So you could write Lafroig 2 mil, and then on the next one, you can just, until you hit all 26.
Yeah. That's cool. It's like it was made for an infinity bottle. Yeah, I dig it.
Or from people spending a lot of money on a bottle of whiskey. What I love about this is, even though it's supposed to be a delicate, light, pretty blend for Japanese whiskey, which it is,
in there.
It's got some meaty heft to it, which could either be the wood or maybe there's a little bit of peat in there.
Yeah, I was about to say,
smoke.
There's a tiniest thread of smoke.
Yeah.
I get, a glimmer of the oak, but there's a little thread of smokiness.
Just a dash.
Yeah, with, the shininess of the nose, it doesn't come across as shiny on the palate. It's still there a little bit, but it feels a little bit more brittle on the nose.
I'm gonna add, I was trying to find the proof of this, 43. I'm gonna add just a little dash of water, because we've had this quite a bit, but what I love about this is...
a lot of flavor for 43.
I think this is probably the bottle that is the most accessible, but also most representative of really subtle, nuanced Japanese whiskey that you can get in a retail.
If you're already into Scotch, it's not a far leap for you to get into well-made Japanese whiskey.
It's home turf.
Yeah.
Just a little lighter, a little more delicate.
Yeah, the roots of Japanese whiskey go well into Scotch.
Oh, hey, that opened up the meatiness.
The meat, for me, it opened up the wood on a dried out fence post.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say, I think that's this, I'm getting that same exact thing. Also, flowers.
I think I like the nose a little bit better without. It opens up some stuff that's interesting, but I liked the nose better.
I'm getting sort of like a cream chocolate bouquet all of a sudden for some reason.
Yeah, so planty flowers, not those like aromatic bouquet flowers that you're supposed to. They're put together because they smell amazing.
Something that says like spring bouquet, and it's got weeds in it too. Oh, the palate's gone for me until the very, very, very back half of the finish.
Yeah, it does change though. Like if you want it to shift, it
vanilla
does.
Cream. There's the vanilla.
It very much shifts. I don't think it's an improvement though. But if if you wanted to change up and see what happens without water,
yeah, it moved all the experience to the back end of the palate. Huh? That's weird.
I get a little bit more fruitiness now. It's not a pear. It's more akin to like a really soft strawberry or something. Condor 987, LOL, I changed my username years ago, but y'all all reading Idiot Rhino 1 out loud made me do a double take before realizing that was actually me.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me to change my handle as well.
Yeah.
I came up with that one in middle school. I'm 30 now. Idiot Rhino 1. Yeah.
I had an employee who was new, and we were going to pay them for the first week they'd worked before we put them on payroll. Just Venmo them, just so they can get some money in their pocket. And I was like, well, hey, we can just pay right now. I'm going to give you a check. I can Venmo. And they were like, oh, Venmo. And I was like, okay, cool. And I pulled up my phone. I was like, what's your Venmo? And then they went kind of, and they were like,
Douche Lord 5000.
Yeah, it was not far off from, but it was like on the edge of foul.
Yeah.
And they created it in high school.
Right.
And only their friends pay them with Venmo.
Right.
And I was the first legitimate grown-up world person who was like, let me have your Venmo handle. And that moment they were like, and they said, I'm sorry. And I was like, I'd recommend changing that. That just reminds me of Jackson's cougar story.
Okay. Take a minute. There he goes.
So
he's crying hard.
I get a call from the teacher who's like, I had to reprimand Jackson, and we had to. We get an email saying, hey, because of students' inappropriate behavior, we've canceled this math-a-thon thing that everyone was looking forward to all week. It got closed early, just so you know, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I was like, kids are the worst. And then 10 minutes later, got a personal email from the teacher. So it was Jackson. And by the way, we talked to him, and he feels terrible. Yeah. Because it's Jackson. He's the most harmless and just kindest on the planet. So he comes home, and I was like, what happened, buddy? And he's like, well, we're coming up with screen names, and we had all of the kids in the class were up on the giant screen, and all these little corners, like pub game. The mascot is Mountain Lions, and the family first name is Richard. But someone had already taken Mountain Lions, so he put together the school mascot with the family first name, and put up his screen name as Cougar Dick.
Yeah.
In fourth grade, they closed the whole thing down. That's their names are all popping up. Welcome, Cougar Dick, and close. And that was it. That's it. We're closing everything. And he felt so terrible.
That's very funny.
But
next time I see him, I'll say, hey, Cougar Dick.
He may not even remember it. He might remember it. It was pretty traumatic for him.
There's some PTSD. Paraxis, I've got pics and a video from your tour of Glengoyne while stationed in the UK. It was a fairly small operation, and from my tour of Glencoe,
Yeah.
and it immediately made me think, holy crap, how can they keep up with demand? Yeah, man, that is impressive.
Okay, I feel that way about Oban, Bunnahabhain,
Yeah.
Edgerdour. There's all these Scottish distilleries
Mm-hmm.
that I think, how are they so present
Right.
in so many retail locations?
I mean, they've been around, that helps.
Yeah, but still like restocked and with such a small footprint. Like Andalusia is producing on par with some of these small Scottish distilleries, and it's hard to get Andalusia.
Yeah.
I mean, it does help that Scotland can fit inside Texas several times, right?
Right.
But it's like Oban's available anywhere in the U.S. You know, that's impressive to me.
Going back to this, I actually like it better. The water's settled, it married a bit more. I'm not getting that old weather-worn fence post.
Yeah, the
wood.
fruit came back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still better without water though,
Yeah, well, here's the thing.
but not.
It does remove any amount of shininess.
Yeah, and it wasn't a drastic change. It was a small turn down.
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
All right, here's the fighting, stealing, and drinking.
If you fight me, I fight for a friend.
You steal, may you steal your lover's cougar dick.
I'm sorry, I nailed alcohol fumes. And if you drink,
May you drink with us.
I can't do it.
Cougar dick. Didn't go down smooth.